Nigeria's population is projected to hit 400 million by 2050. The Civil Society Legislative and Advocacy Center, Cislac, on Tuesday asserted that government's inability to harness the country's huge population is traceable to the current insecurity, food shortage, youth unemployment, and other challenges plaguing the development of the country. Speaking at a forum tagged Nigeria Population Conversation Seminar organized by Population Matters in partnership with Cislac Nigeria, the Executive Director, Cislac, and Head of Transparency International Nigeria, Awal Rafsanjani, in his welcome address, pointed out that issues about population are not to be concealed based on the current inadequate awareness on consequences it could bring on the citizens.
Cislac is glad to see that we begin to have this conversation, have this reality on the ground, so that we can actually deal decisively with poverty, with so many problems associated with lack of control in our family setting, as of course, as well as lack of planning for the nation. Nigeria, as well as that of our continent in Africa, the same burning desire for sustainable growth brought to the foremost groundbreaking gathering theme, Nigeria Population Conversation Seminar by Population Matters UK and Cislac. We are delighted to take the lead in this process because apparently people are just not either because of the socio-economic crisis in the country that has depleted people, with also instant insecurity. People are just trying to survive, so people are not even thinking on some of these things. The trouble we have in this country is so numerous that people are hardly even able to sit down and think and reflect because of hunger, because of lack of job, because of lack of peace. Because if there's no peace of mind and there's no physical also peace and protection, people will hardly sit down to actually think and reflect on some of these key important indices of development. While population affects every phase of societal development, discussion around population remains uncommon in Nigeria, and this puts Nigeria's population, which is projected to reach 400 million by 2050, doubling the current estimate, at a demographic nightmare. We cannot cancel the fact that with the current inadequate awareness on consequences of population at citizenry and policy levels, as well as unattended impact on national planning, Nigeria has not efficient. So it is important to begin to talk to ourselves the truth about how to plan properly for meaningful upbringing of our kids in this country. It's very disheartening to see kids of 5 years, 3 years, roaming on the street. No parental care, no community care. Government doesn't even care about anybody anymore. So it is important that we begin to do something drastic to ensure that we advise Nigerians to plan properly for their family and for the society, because we want to have productive population. We don't want to have population that is only being used for political violence or religious violence or for other criminality that is going on in the country. No country will allow its citizens just to go astray like that.
Nigeria has the fastest growing population, if not in the world. But we call it number one in Africa, but in the world. We have the largest population of young people. 73% of the population are under the age of 30. And about 60% of those are under the age of 25. We know that the youth policy for Nigeria defines youth as those under the age of 30. So whatever we're doing, we do it within the scale of policy provisions.